And with tip.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4-man position. And for the Mavericks, they've got Marjanovic. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Porzingis on the foul.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Outside Leonard. Poke loose. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Doncic. Sweet little floater.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here's George. Here's Leonard. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
Here's Doncic. Up and in on the layup.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Jackson against Richardson. Jackson down low. Out to the wing. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you got to love when Richardson gets the defense to commit and make a mistake there.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Dallas.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Pass to Porzingis. Now here's Powell. Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid. Now he's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think they're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. With the tip, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. The Clippers also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Kawhi Leonard. A shot by Batum, no good. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 16-6 run. And the rejection by Cousins.
Cousins not one to be challenged there. Tenacious denial.
Hardaway goes in. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 8. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And George has learned a lot and I think continues to evolve as a leader. He relishes the chance to deliver for this team.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis, and Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Brunson. No good on his first attempt of the game. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Kennard. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Brunson against Batum. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Mavericks with possession here. Cauley Stein passes to Brunson. Good if it goes. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Boy, grinding it out on the glass. They've really been working for those points.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's man in at the small forward. Here's Beverley after the Mavericks pick up 3. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively. Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now here's Brunson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Burke kicks to Brunson. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. 8-point game. To the left side wing. Outside for Batum. Good, nice job down low.
Far from just a perimeter shooter. I like seeing Batum go to work in the painted area.
Beverley against Brunson. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's Kennard. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for J.J. Redick. Richardson, he's checked in for Trey Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Leonard, he's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. George is checked in for the Clippers. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Doncic passes to Richardson. Dallas moving it around. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Now, here is George. He's got 6. Morris finds Jackson. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
And, Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Now here's Jackson. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Here's Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis.
So hard to guard, really, without fouling. Leonard is an expert at forcing the issue and getting the call.
Foul. He's checked in for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Luka Doncic. Rajon Rondo's checked in for the Clippers. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And stolen by Richardson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Boy, he's an excellent defender. You look at Josh Richardson, he's got real good length, athleticism, quickness, and does a good job reading the opposition, too.
Now, here's George. He has 6. Morris. The shot's good on the assist by George. Morris has got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Richardson the pass to Cauley Stein. Yes, that goes in.
Well, that's a smart play from Richardson there. His teammates love how hard he works to create opportunities for him.
Here's George. Pass to Morris. Good on the bucket. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates.
Richardson kicks to Hardaway. Down low, here's Cauley Stein. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Burke dishes to Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. And
we've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've seen Josh Richardson really having a great game.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. The drive by Doncic. And there it is for him. Doncic has got 6 points. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Now, here's Zubac. No points in the game yet for him. George against Doncic. Dallas leading by 3. Powell, that's good.
Yeah, Powell showing you right there that he can play through contact. Very physical and good concentration, too, to get that up and down.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
An easy 2 points on the layup. And that's 12 points for Kawhi Leonard.
They found a nice groove in this half, starting out 3 for 4.
Now, Doncic, he has 6. It's Redick on the wing. Doncic feeling it out. Was shot by Redick, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Morris inside. Guarded by Doncic for the lead. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they are amped up right now. I mean, after trailing for so long and then trimming that margin, finally they take the lead.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Richardson in for Doncic. Now, here's Richardson. 9 points in the game so far. Kicks it to Cauley-Stein. Hardaway passes to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Nice work on the board. It's paying off with the basket.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley-Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Burke comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Richardson. And that one's good. Beverly.
Yeah, you can't leave a lane to the basket available for Beverly, because if you do, he jumps on it quickly.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. Burke, the pass to Powell. Hardaway from outside. Cousins pulls it in. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Mann, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Burke. Marjanovic kicks to Finney-Smith. Back to Marjanovic. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Marjanovic has got his first bucket of the night. And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Jackson against Brunson. Jackson dishes to Morris. Shakes him. And the layup is good. Morris has got 9.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Brunson. Trying to to get open is Marjanovic. And that'll be, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Beverly. The shot, no good. Nice D from Porzingis. To the paint. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Clippers lead by 3. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Batum, and it's Man in at the 3. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 1. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, he's a bit of a rarity and maybe even a throwback when you look at Rondo and how being a smaller guard, he still is comfortable operating inside.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Cauley Stein comes in for Marjanovic. Burke, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now Hardaway following Willie Cauley-Stein's three-point attempt. Here's Brunson. Cauley-Stein kicks to Brunson. 4 on the clock. That one goes. Count it. The Clippers shooting so well, 63%. The offense working as one cohesive unit. And that one's good. Beverly. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Tremendous focus from the little man, Patrick Beverly there.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the 4th. The pass to Powell. Dallas moving it around. Brunson kicks to Powell. Here's Burke. Tries again. He's off on that one, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Man, guarded by Hardaway. Man passes to Cousins. Mavericks with the rebound. Powell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Burke finds Brunson. And here is Cauley-Stein. Burke looking over the floor. Here's Hardaway, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
Now, here's Beverly. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Finney Smith passes to Marjanovic. Richardson. On the wing, Doncic. He's covered by Leonard to take the lead. That shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And stolen by Richardson. Pass break, Dallas. Here's Doncic. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Mavericks lead by 1. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And with the defender draped all over him, Jackson has that strength to fight through the contact.
Doncic against Morris. Singis passes to Richardson. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Here's Morris. Another shot. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Nice D from Porzingis. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Good!
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Now, here's Doncic. It counts!
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
George against Doncic. It's good!
Shot after shot, one after the other. PG, Paul George, making it happen.
Doncic outside. Ooh, off wide. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a three-point game.
That last free throw was critical. Their only choice now is to go for the 3 to tie.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 3. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And with this much time, they should be able to draw up a play and get themselves a decent look from the three-point line. Still, the D is going to be waiting for it, and a contested 3, never an easy shot.
The 3 for Doncic. No good from three-point territory. So it's Los Angeles taking it. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And with
Kevin, thank you.
indeed something special, David. Thanks. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Denver, they've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Austin Rivers. To the inside, Jokic passes to Rivers. 5 to shoot. And it's Jokic missing.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
And it's Richardson slamming it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Porter in the corner. Here's Gordon. Nice D from Doncic. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. Richardson finds Marjanovic. Outside, Porzingis. It's hauled in by Jokic. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Outside, Gordon. And here's Rivers. Back to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Well, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Now, here's Doncic. Over Rivers. And it's Doncic missing.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. And the offensive player better think twice next time.
Just put the pass in his vicinity, and Aaron Gordon will take care of the rest.
Doncic looking it over. Nailed from three-point land. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Millsap comes in for Michael Porter. And it's Harrison in for Austin Rivers. Powell dishes to Cauley-Stein. Outside for Redick. 6 on the shot clock. Brunson, no good. And it's Millsap with the ball for Denver. They trail by 1. Harrison passes to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
1:05 left to play here in the first. Brunson the pass to Powell. Back to Brunson. Fires for 3. They get it again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, this is a big part of what Dwight Powell needs to do. Battle hard on the offensive glass. Turn those second chance opportunities into points.
Campazzo. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Powell, that's good.
Tell you, even with some physical contact, Powell gets it done. Love his persistence.
There's 31 seconds left in the first. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
Brunson scanning the floor. Gordon against Hardaway. And it's Gordon missing.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Burke, and it's Redick in at the 2. Here's Harrison, covered by Redick. And Willie Cauley-Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Mavericks making a switch here. Doncic is checked in. Rivers passes to Harrison. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
2 shots.
And he sinks the second. Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic outside. Inside. Dallas moving the ball around. Hardaway finds Doncic. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Dwight Powell. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Hardaway. Doncic has gone 1 of 4 so far. Here's Porter. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
Doncic outside. Porzingis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Doncic. Richardson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Mavericks leading by 4. Doncic outside. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Harrison kicks to Porter. The dish now to Rivers. McGee inside. Guarded by Porzingis. Here's Porter. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul for the Nuggets. Jokic has checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for Green, and it's Aaron Gordon in for Shaquille Harrison. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Cauley Stein comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Luka Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Josh Richardson. On the wing, Hardaway.
Well, being aggressive and assertive, the big man snatching the rebound.
Here's Porter. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. Porter's got 6 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Gordon. Pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Brunson the pass to Burke. Brunson kicks to Burke. A three. Brunson no good. The Nuggets trail by 4. To the middle. Kicks it out to Gordon. And no good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Brunson. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Gordon against Hardaway. And the basket by Gordon. 8 points for him.
Well, you have to admire the strength of Aaron Gordon. This guy is adept at finding his way through intense defense.
There's the pass to Pop. And he gets it to go.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Porter finds Jokic. Now here's Rivers. Back to Jokic. Nifty move. He takes it up and lays it in.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Jokic against Porzingis. Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
Fires from 18, and that would have counted, but his shot. It's all tied in Denver. We'll get right back to the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a and
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One guy who's been getting it done is Michael Porter.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Gordon out there with Michael Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Pass to Gordon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Rager, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good point guard, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it.
And Jokic throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. Doncic against Rivers. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Well, Austin Rivers, not just a scorer. This guy will set you up if you're open.
To stop the run, the drive by Doncic.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And the layup's good off the glass. And now an 8-point Nugget lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Mavericks have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nuggets with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Jokic. Green comes in for Aaron Gordon. And it's Harrison in for Rivers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Cauley-Stein. J.J. Redick's checked in for Burke. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Luka Doncic.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Nuggets.
Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. That free throw good from Porzingis.
And last year, Dallas gave Porzingis the contract he was looking for to the tune of $158 million.
And Greg, credit the Dallas organization for believing in Kristaps Porzingis' talent. And now credit Porzingis, because you have to share shot attempts and usage with Luka Doncic. What has he done? He's concentrated on better rebounding, better rim protection. This guy is all in on winning, and what a combination these two guys can be. Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Down low. Here's McGee. 2 free throws coming up. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Harrison passes to McGee, and the slam dunk by McGee.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Here's Redick. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Redick's got 4 points now in the quarter. Campazzo, Richardson cover. McGee in the high post. The feed to Millsap. Back to McGee. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Porzingis.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Mavericks trail by 5. .54 seconds left in the 3rd. And it's Harrison with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. McGee, the pass to Green. Back to McGee. Kicks it to Green. There's Harrison. Brunson covering. Kept alive. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And Millsap slams it in.
Appreciate the hustle from Millsap there. Leaking out well and getting to the right spot.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. Hardaway kicks to Brunson. Launches a 3. Doesn't go that time. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. 3-pointer. And it's he nails the buzzer beater.
And they get it to double.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
What a basketball mind when you think about Luka Doncic. This guy in the break is exploiting defenses.
And it's Jokic in the corner. Here's Millsap. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
And it's Millsap with the extra effort. Millsap's got the lead up to 12 now for Denver.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. The drive by Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
There's a burst that allows Luka Doncic to be effective on his drives. You're not going to catch him standing around. This guy is in attack mode.
Richardson against Rivers. Here's Millsap. That one misses. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Here's Porzingis. No good there. Good defense by Jokic. Denver leading by 12. Moving it up. Rivers kicks to Millsap. To the paint, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Michael Porter, he's checked in for Denver. And Dallas with a change here too. Melly is checked in for Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, you have got to take this shot away from Luka Doncic. He's too good to be given the mid-range look.
Left side, Porter. Floats it up for Jokic. Richardson kicks to Porzingis. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. And it's 9 points for Porzingis. Nuggets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Kicks it out to Gordon. Clock at 4. Porzingis with the block. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. He gets it in there. Doncic has got 10 points here in the second half.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Porzingis with the block. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Just 5 to shoot. Porter, and finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Doncic against Rivers. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. 16 feet away. No good on that one. And it's Denver the other way. Passes it to Rivers. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Jokic. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
How about Porzingis? You can play him as the roll man, or in this instance, use him as the ball handler. How hard is that to deal with?
Gordon dishes to Porter. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. The shot's good. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Here's Doncic, and good that time.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Dishes it to Porter. A steal. Doncic with the bucket.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and Mike.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight, some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Michael Porter. Jokic is out there with Gordon, and it's Rivers. And for Los Angeles, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Porter passes to Gordon. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Hold on!
Kevin, you got to buckle up on that one. Letting it all hang out when George takes flight. Just enjoy the show.
And there's the pass to Gordon. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And both free throws good for Gordon.
And there's no question that Gordon is a talented player, and it's clear he wants to be a star in this league.
Jackson dishes to Morris. It's hauled in by Gordon. Zubac the pass to Jackson. Outside for George. Shot clock at 5. Goes back up. Here is Zubac. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Porter. Stolen by Jackson. 3-on-3. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
As crafty as he is explosive, Kawhi Leonard gets the defender where he wants him. Gets to the line.
Leonard hits them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Campazzo guarded by Jackson. And finished off by Porter.
And out of the pick and roll, Porter showing great coordination, fluidity, and versatility.
Outside, George. That one doesn't drop. And the Nuggets going the other way. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist from Porter.
Well, this gives you some confidence when you drop 3 straight to start the game.
George against Rivers. George dishes to Morris. Banked in off the glass.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Jokic has got his second bucket.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Because he's someone that you lean on at the offensive end. Establish him early.
Here's Jackson. It's good.
This is what you get from Reggie Jackson now. Powering through contact and has the focus to complete the play.
Campazzo. Rebound by the Clippers. Stolen by Gordon. Floats it up for Jokic. Lays it in off the pretty alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. Jackson down low, and it's blocked by Gordon.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
For the Clippers, Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. Paul Millsap is checked in for the Nuggets. Harrison comes in for Austin Rivers.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Jokic, no good. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Here's George. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
One of the best passes at the center position. Just another way Cousins affects scoring.
For Denver, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Pass to Harrison. Kicks it to Gordon. Back to Harrison. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Jokic passes to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Trying to find Jokic. Gets it to him. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Jokic has got 8 points.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now here's Rondo. Tight defense on him. Morris. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
To the inside. And the basket by Gordon.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Beyond the arc. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. He now. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Patrick Beverly out there with Kennard. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Batum. And it's man in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
This is the shot you want right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Over in the corner, Beverly. Kennard finds Cousins. McGee with the block. Outside Millsap. To the paint and stolen by Cousins. Man passes to Kennard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
With good size for a 2-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Campazzo, defended by Beverly. Passes it to McGee. They kick it out to Green. Campazzo. But they get it back. Millsap in the corner. Fires the three. Offensive rebound. Pass to Harrison. Lets it go from deep. Bangs home the trifecta. Harrison's got the lead up to 3 now for Denver.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Beverly. Off on the layup. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul. Zubac is checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. The Nuggets leading by 3. Harrison kicks to Porter. Dishes it to Green. Back to Porter. At the elbow, Green. It's Rivers on the wing. Shoots over Batum. Here's Porter. McGee. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
And Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second chance opportunities.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
Well, how can you not love the continued resurgence of JaVale McGee? There were some years where he was trying to figure it out. Now he's a big factor for this team at center.
The Nuggets have gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Harrison. Kennard covering. Stolen. Now the Clippers moving it up. Goes up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Exploding to the rim, Luke Kennard slams it in. His offensive energy is a difference maker.
You know, Smitty, the change for McGee's pretty simple. He got some direction on how to play. Now he does everything he can to play within himself.
Kevin, that has been a huge difference maker for JaVale McGee. And you know, when he's focused, he can make an impact. Plays in short bursts, but very effective.
On the clock. Porter passes to Green. For Beverly, and it's Green. Missing. Clippers trail by 3. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic comes in for JaVale McGee. And Gordon subbed in for Harrison. Porter against Rondo. And a missed layup. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 44%. Pretty reasonable. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Give him any kind of opening, and Kawhi Leonard will make you pay at the rack.
And here's Porter. 1:04 left to play here in the half. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Free throw, good. Jokic.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Marcus Morris comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Porter dishes to Rivers. The shot misses. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Leonard. Porter pulls it in.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
The Nuggets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
And the ceiling so high for Porter. A versatile, effective forward who does so many things well.
DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Los Angeles. Now here's Rondo. Not a lot of room. And it's sent back by Millsap. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it goes down 2 points. 6 points for Michael Porter.
And you see the vision from Paul Millsap. That's another area that he provides for his teams.
Morris passes to Rondo. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Paul Millsap picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
And Rondo drops them both.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
The dish to Gordon. Over to the left wing. Here's the teardrop. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. Followed.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. The first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 10 points and 1 assist. And thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Taking a look at the Nuggets, we've got Rivers. Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic. Rivers passes to Gordon. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I play, there was an era, you know, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. And that one's good. Leonard.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court. Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
The pass to Rivers. Outside Porter. Pass to Jokic. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. They lead by 1. Passes to Jokic. Campazzo guarded by Jackson. Sweet move, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
George against Rivers. Outside, George to the middle. Jokic with the steal. Pass to Rivers. Back to Gordon. Over Jackson. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Nuggets shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Clippers trail by 6. Beverly feeling it out a bit. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
When defending Patrick Beverly, it's hard to match his level of energy and activity.
For Los Angeles, they have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. He hits the second from the line.
A really good second-round pick out of Arkansas. Beverly fits perfectly in that 3-and-D role.
Harrison passes to Morris. At the elbow, it's Gordon. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Beverly against Morris. Denver grabs the miss. McGee's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Out to Morris. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nuggets.
Yeah, and ever since halftime, they played precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Batum against Gordon. Knocked loose. Out to Morris. He feeds it to Gordon. He dishes it to McGee. Denver passing it around. Just 4 to shoot. Harrison passes to Chanshaw. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And now it's an 11-point Denver lead.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. And that one, good.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Harrison passes to Gordon. Back to Harrison. And he converts the layup. Harrison's got 5.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Everly with the ball. He's got 5. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. And so it's Denver holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. That's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Zubac in at center. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Harrison kicks to Rivers. Back to Harrison. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Outside Rondo. And the shot goes in. Rondo's got 4 this quarter.
Really admire the fact that Rondo is not afraid to go down there in the paint from time to time.
Rivers looking over the floor. Feeds it to Millsap. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers trail by 5. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
And there's George. That's good on the assist by Rondo.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Out to the right wing. Campazzo. Rivers finds Porter. And finished off by Porter.
He just
jumps so fast. I mean, give Porter a chance to dunk, and he doesn't think twice about it.
Here's Rondo, and it's sent back by Jokic. Here's Porter, and finished off by Porter.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Love Rondo down there on the block. Nice move to catch the D off guard.
And Rondo drops them both. The Nuggets leading by 5. Rivers dishes to Porter. It's Rivers on the wing. Defended by George. Porter against Morris. Fires from the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one goes out of bounds. Just touched by Porter.
This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. Rivers against George. Denver grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points. Inside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Clippers trail by 5. Here's Jackson. That shot missing. Good work defensively by Millsap. There's a minute 47 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Campazzo guarded by Jackson. From 18 feet away. Campazzo goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Defense throws everything at George, but he persists and finds a shot.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. Aaron Gordon, who's checking in for Denver.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Down low. Jokic passes to Rivers. Back to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
I mean, wonderful court vision. Sometimes Rivers gets locked in to finding his own shot. This time, finds the open man.
Here's Rondo. And no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. The drive by Jokic. Lays it up off the glass. And now it's a 9-point Nugget lead.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
It's called killer instinct. It's one thing to be close at the end. It's another to finish.
Now here's Rivers. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. They get it back. 17 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Denver needs to get off a shot. Leonard with no one around. They grab their own miss, and it's blocked by Gordon. And again, the turnover by the Clippers. So the Nuggets win it. They came in here and all right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do. short, a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Bogdanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for the Clippers, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. The putback. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Richardson kicks to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving the ball around. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. And the shot is good.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now here's Richardson. Doncic passes to Richardson. Here's Finney-Smith. Pass to Doncic. 4 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Shoots over Leonard. And it's Doncic missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Takes it out to Leonard. Second chance shot. Morris trying to free himself up. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Leonard against Doncic. Here's Bogdanovic, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Now here's Jackson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Porzingis.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Richardson out to Doncic. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Up again, Porzingis on the follow.
Maybe a little more fundamental with positioning there to be ready for that offensive rebound. Porzingis, some extra effort on the offensive glass that time.
Now here's George. Offensive rebound. Passes it to Zubac. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Just a much smaller defender on him. He does the exact thing at the right moment. Goes straight to the rim.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Here's Zubac after Luka Doncic's bucket. On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Bogdanovic. Here's Porzingis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day 1 when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. Brunson, no good. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. Kennard's shot is off. The Mavericks have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Redick finds Brunson. To the paint. Here's Hardaway. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Now here's Rondo. Pass to Cousins. Stolen by Brunson. And here they come. He lobs it up, and the dunk by Powell.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
52 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now Rondo. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Batum. Tips it. Cousins on the follow.
I mean, one guy who's still dominating the inside, DeMarcus Cousins, a great rebounder and a great scorer. That time a second chance, cashing in.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Porzingis. And it's Burke in for J.J. Redick. Batum. That shot off the mark. Now Dallas takes it the other way. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. is just a tremendous athlete. He spots a great route to the rim and doesn't settle.
And the pass to Cousins. Back to Beverly. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Three-pointer. He can't get that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's Dallas leading by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, Jalen Brunson out there with Burke. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Cauley-Stein. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward. And here is Los Angeles now. After Tim Hardaway missed from long range. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Mann. Dallas has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Pass to Powell. Kicks to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Brunson. 5 on the clock. The second chance effort. Pass to Burke. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Dallas also making a switch. Doncic is checked in. Here's Powell. The Clippers grab the miss.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Now here's George. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he can show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Zinkis, he's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Marjanovic comes in for Dwight Powell. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Burke. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
He's one of the most uniquely built players in the NBA, and Kawhi Leonard draws contact often. I'm not sure he feels it, but he gets it.
Ray, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best, and I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
They're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
Richardson gets a wide open look.
And it's the defense that's making it tough on them here in the second quarter, not finding the easy buckets like they did in the first.
Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Marjanovic. Makes it off the glass.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Here's Jackson. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. To the middle. He dishes it to George. Back to Jackson. Intercepted. Richardson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Doncic. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
They are just killing them on the interior.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Leonard against Hardaway. Leonard kicks to George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Clippers trail by 9. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
When you get into the painted area, Rondo's got great touch on the inside.
For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. Brunson up top. He's covered by Rondo. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up.
And that's how you do it, guys. Ball pressure and then get some runouts.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
The pass to Powell. Back to Brunson. And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
It's rebounded by Dallas. Cauley Stein's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
This has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
And George kicks to Zubac. 1 second left. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to... And the Mavericks over the past couple of years, Shaq, making some great personnel. Real great trade. And that...
Really ain't know yet. You really ain't know yet. Big bad wolf.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been quite a game for Porzingis.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
They've got Morris. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
To the inside. Stolen by Zubac. Leonard dishes to Morris. Leonard the pass to Morris. Outside for Jackson. Inside. Here's Leonard. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Leonard's got 8 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. All free throws good from Doncic. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a three-point game. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's Cousins. Pass to Beverly. Kennard on the wing. Second shot opportunity, and that one's good. Beverly's got his second basket.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Doncic. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
And Beverly kicks to Cousins. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, they've only missed one out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. The shot's good.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. But he recovers it. Passes it to Batum. Now, Kennard. Shot clock at 5. And the call on the shot. And, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Cauley-Stein kicks to Powell. Back to Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Brunson with a clean look. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Brunson, and they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Hardaway. They lead by 1. Brunson the pass to Powell. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Excellent job of simply taking what the defense offered up.
LA's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Beverly feeling it out a bit. And that one, good. Beverly's got 6 points.
And Patrick Beverly could do that in close, finds a way to get that one up, and you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
Now here's Brunson. He kicks to Cauley-Stein. No good on that one. Great D that time from Batum. For the lead. It's rebounded by Brunson. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
The one thing about Willie Cauley-Stein is you don't really use the word length with him. You talk about his mobility and just how athletic as a big he could be. That activity can be disruptive to any team they're playing against.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long?
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
11 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Willie Cauley-Stein.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both. Now, you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. It's Dallas up 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then there's Richardson, and it's Redick in at the small forward position. Now here's Leonard. Shoots over Redick. Leonard with the bucket.
Now, being aggressive in the painted area, you love the attacking element that Kawhi Leonard brings to the game.
Pass to Richardson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's good, 2 points.
All of that happening because Porzingis moved well off of the screen to find the space.
George way outside. It's good from long range. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. The Mavericks shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. Doncic against Leonard. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Right side, George. 5 to shoot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Paul George does a great job changing speeds right there, and that's a huge part of his athleticism. Takes it strong to the cup and just daring a defender to come at him.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Josh Richardson. Now, here's Doncic. There's the dish to Redick. Back to Doncic. He gets that one.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Jackson against Redick. Jackson kicks to Leonard. At the elbow, it's George. To the paint. Here's Cousins. Oh, that's blocked. Porzingis high post. Leonard's there. That ties the game.
Getting involved as a playmaker that time. Porzingis trying to do a little bit more of that.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for foul. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Jackson trying to break free. And George with the stuff.
That's why you turn to Paul George. These moments are for PG.
Mavericks have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Redick finds Kleber. And Doncic gets it to go.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
Now, here's George. No good that time. Nice D from Porzingis. And Doncic, here we go. They now take the lead. Doncic has got 8 points here in this quarter.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Redick against Jackson. Second chance shot. Cousins. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7 foot 6 inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personnel. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Here's George following the score by Dallas. It's deflected. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. So they foul intentionally. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Clippers. And here are the Mavericks now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Doncic outside. Kleber, the pass to Porzingis. And it's in there.
That's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
That free throw good from Porzingis. They're struggling to keep up.
And we'll see if they can turn things around, Kevin, on this trip. They can't continue to come up empty.
And here's George for 3. Morris. Yes! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Important points from Morris. When he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Doncic outside. Outside, Redick. Launches it. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
Can't waste any time here.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really need to score a bucket here to stay alive.
Outside, George from downtown. He doesn't hit that one. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Coming right up. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon, and it's Nikola Jokic, and it's Rivers, and for Dallas, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Outside, Porzingis. Finney Smith passes to Doncic. Hits it from three-point range. All right, Clark, old school lineups tonight. Both sides anchored by great pivot men.
Kevin, I can hear the excitement in your voice, man, and I share that excitement when you see big guys that can go at it in old school fashion. I love seeing that because we don't see it that much these days with all of the three-point shooting. We get to see big guys going to work in the paint. I love it.
Great positioning on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Pass to Porter. And now, just over a minute played here in the first.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
Doncic dishes to Richardson. And there's the pass to Porzingis. It's deflected. Stolen by Gordon. Rivers kicks to Porter. And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Pass to Porter. Left side, Gordon.
And really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball.
Doncic is able to blow by opponents and make them pay. Even though he's not the greatest athlete, he's sneaky quick.
Here's Rivers after Luka Doncic's bucket. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. Jokic. Down low, Campazzo. Clock is at 3. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Here's Jokic. Denver with the ball. Here's Gordon. Offensive rebound. Jokic with the bucket.
Persistence pays, and Jokic not giving up on the play, doing a nice job pursuing the basketball there.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Back to Doncic. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Campazzo. Here's Jokic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
This is a big guy, a mountain of a man. I mean, Jokic is a sturdy, thick 250 pounds. It's going to take a bigger bump to disrupt his shot than that one.
Doncic, no good. The Nuggets trail by 3.
A self-described country boy from the town of Sombor, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids, Greg. Well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Josh Richardson. And Denver with a change here, too. Green's checked in. The shot by Harrison, no good. Mavericks leading by 3. Powell kicks to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Rivers passes to Gordon. Rivers surveying the D. The Mavericks pull it in. Passes it to Powell. Dallas moving the ball around. Brunson, no good. And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. Millsap dishes to Green. And Green slams it in.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Brunson the pass to Powell. From deep. Can't hit that one. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Gordon inside. Guarded by Hardaway. Rivers bounce pass. Gordon finds Millsap. Back to Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. It's deflected.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
And Cauley Stein with the basket on the assist from Hardaway. Cauley Stein's got his second basket of the game. Here's Harrison. He gets it up. And that one released in time, but no good.
And that stifling defense of Cauley Stein is what got him drafted 6th back in 2015.
And that does it for the first quarter. Mavericks. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Dallas.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
We've got Jalen Brunson. Powell is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Berg in at the 2 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Harrison. Millsap has the open look. From outside, off the mark.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Pass to Brunson. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Paul Millsap picks one up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
That free throw, no good. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Tim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and an up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mention. Now here's Brunson. T right on him. Cauley Stein kicks to Powell. Now the pass to Brunson. Powell. It's good on the putback. Powell's got the lead up to 8 now for Dallas.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Now the feed to Millsap. Campazzo, Brunson covering, and plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
All the officials are all over that.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's Doncic. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking.
Doncic, no good.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Always going up for the alley-oop here, and the slam dunk by McGee.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this, Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Here's Doncic. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Lays it up and banks it in. Doncic has got 9.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
On the wing, Porter to the middle. Harrison passes to Jokic. Shoots over Marjanovic. Now Jokic. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Here's Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Porter, no luck. Mavericks leading by 4. Here's Richardson. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Well, no easy answer for how you defend Richardson on the drive.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Campazzo, guarded by Doncic. The shot's good from McGee. And that's now 6 points for JaVale McGee.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Doncic feeling it out. Chalk up 2 there. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. There's 48 seconds left here in the second. Brunson against Rivers. Feeds to Green. And Green slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Jokic passes to Green. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Now just a 2-point Dallas lead.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Brunson the pass to call his stop. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Burke. It's up a 3. A shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. At its highest, their lead topped out at 5. And that'll...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Austin Rivers, Gordon out there with Michael Porter, and it's Nikola Jokic. Back to Rivers. Passes to Jokic from the high post. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Dallas leading by 4. Doncic outside. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Boy, Luka Doncic, such an all-around skill set. I mean, the defense having a real hard time containing him tonight.
Denver shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Rivers dishes to Porter. Pass to Gordon. Count that one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now, here's Doncic. 15 points in the game. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Denver making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Hardaway kicks to Burke. Back to Hardaway. Powell with it. Picked up by Rivers. Stolen by Rivers. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Poked away. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Mavericks leading by 4. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Basket counts. Rollie Stein's got 6.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Greg, if you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display.
I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, "We can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop." Back to you.
Team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Dallas leading by 5.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
And he comes up with the deuce. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Campazzo, Brunson covering. The pass to Jokic. Lets it go from 14. Another shot. And Millsap with the layup.
And, you know, even though he's undersized, Millsap doesn't back down. He's good at outworking everybody on the glass.
Brunson with a clean look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brunson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Mavs.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams. Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Morris passes to Porter. Morris against Doncic. Here's McGee. Mavericks with the rebound. Stolen by McGee. Outside Porter. Pass to Chunchar. Now Morris. The dish now to McGee. And he makes that one. McGee's got 8 points.
It really balances out the backcourt when McGee is able to provide points inside. I mean, that's big.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. The Nuggets trail by 8. Doncic out there with Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Porzingis in at this center position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Dishes to Millsap. And he gets it to go. Millsap's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Nuggets.
Love watching Millsap go to work inside. He's a pretty smooth operator in the paint. Good footwork, good strength, and good touch.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Clock at 6. 16 feet away. And it's Doncic missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Porter kicks to Rivers. Back to Porter. He feeds it to Green. And Denver again with the bucket.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Doncic outside. pass to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. Dallas moving it around. And that one's good. Marjanovic. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it, too.
Pass to Rivers. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Porzingis with the steal. To the inside. Richardson the pass to Doncic. Porter pulls it in. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Denver Nuggets. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
With the second effort, and Marjanovic with the layup. Marjanovic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. They blow the whistle, and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and something else they've done all through this one is knock down the mid-range jump shot whenever they've had the chance.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
Here's Doncic. Goes back up, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on Jokic.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. Inside. Kicks it to Rivers. Back to Gordon. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Easy to see why Gordon has the ball in these moments. He's phenomenal at coming up big.
Doncic with it. That one goes. Count it. Doncic has got 5 points now this quarter.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
Jokic, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
How about the big-time clutch basket from Jokic? No backup in him, despite the major pressure.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And that could end up being a critical point in this game to give them a 2-possession lead on the technical.
Doncic outside. Lets it go from 11. Count the basket. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
Well, you know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their game. Deadly from the mid-range.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Hardaway.
Boy, it was a bumpy start to his career for Michael Porter. I mean, this guy had his entire rookie season taken away because of back surgery and had a big mountain to climb just to get back out on the court. But, you know, to his credit, he made the climb.
And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. 4-point game. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Richardson's running. And Doncic hits it to go.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
So we see the map. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The beautiful skyline of Denver. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
They say misery loves company, and both teams now suffering with injuries. But in the end, it balances out.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverly. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for Denver, Porter is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Rivers, and it's Nikola Jokic. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Morris. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, this is why it helps to have a big man capable of sprinting the floor. Marcus Morris solid at getting to the right spots.
Now, here's Porter. And both teams, Doris, battling injuries.
Kevin, we have seen that when someone is injured, that means an opportunity for a bench player to show what they have. And the coaching staff maybe has to get a little bit more creative than usual. Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Jokic finds Rivers. Floats it up for Jokic. Unable to get that one. And stolen by Gordon. To the paint. And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Now here's Beverly. The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this. And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Beverly.
And we know Patrick Beverly is one of those guys you love having him on your team. But if you're an opponent, you absolutely despise this guy's toughness and the way he embraces the defensive end of the floor. Patrick Beverly has dug it out of the dirt and created a great career.
The sneaky athleticism of Jokic, reminding everyone that he's capable of hammering it down on those alley-oops.
Here's Zubac. Sinks that one from the post.
You have to appreciate the doggedness and intensity on the glass. Wow.
Campazzo, defended by Beverly. Down low, Campazzo. Leonard with the steal. On the wing, George. He's guarded by Rivers. George, no good.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Lob pass to Gordon. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
There's just so much force that Kawhi plays with. It is what allows him to rise up and put it down with authority.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Here's Gordon. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, what you love about Aaron Gordon, he's got strength, athleticism, and a high motor. This guy can make tough shots.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. The Nuggets shooting their first free throw of the game. That free throw good from Gordon. There's 1:54 left to play in the first quarter. Rondo scanning the floor. And Cousins gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rivers passes to Gordon. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, and the layup is good. Gordon's got 5 points so far. Outside Rondo. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
Rivers finds Green. Back to Rivers. 1:02 left in the first quarter. Off target from the baseline. Clippers leading by 5. Here's Cousins. The second chance effort. Green with the rebound. And it's Harrison with the ball for Denver. Lob pass to Gordon. No good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Now here's Millsap. Rajon Rondo missing his last shot. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. To the middle, stolen by Rivers. Here's Gordon. He's got 5. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Green kicks to Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Green dishes to Rivers. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
That will count. No good on the shot. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Clippers lead by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the up. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
And a few of those led to quick scores at the other end. Really active first quarter for them.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Batum. Kennard is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's man in at the small forward. Now here's Rivers, still looking for his first bucket in this one. McGee controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Outside Jackson. Inside. At the top of the key, Cousins. 6 to shoot. And there's Jackson on the assist by Cousins. Jackson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
Here's Rivers. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Jackson, that's good.
And what a resilient finish from Jackson there inside. I love how he just refuses to back down.
Harrison kicks to Rivers. Passes it to McGee. Shoots over Cousins. Back to Rivers. Outside Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Wow, how about the burst? Aaron Gordon off the floor so fast. Don't sleep on him, gentlemen. You're going to look silly.
Right side, Batum. Harrison with the rebound.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
And it's slammed in by Millsap. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now, as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Jokic, it's hauled in by Zubac.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Porter.
A pure shooter who's also efficient. Porter nearly automatic from mid-range.
George, no good. Nuggets have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Pass to Jokic. On the wing, Porter. Over Morris. Stolen by Beverly. Down low. And finished off by Leonard.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Harrison passes to Millsap, and George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Green is checked in for the Nuggets. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. Lobbed up there for Green. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Here's Rondo. Makes it off the glass.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Harrison. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Campazzo. He's covered by Rondo. Here's the lob to the hoop. Leonard with the steal. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, Marcus Morris is a guy who is unafraid of a little contact. That's a nice play right there.
And Morris drops them both. The Nuggets trail by 7. Pass to Jokic. Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo. And the rejection by Zubac. And here's Rondo. Nobody near George. And the Clippers miss again. And so it's Los Angeles. Headed. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it was all about the Clippers as the game got going. An exceptional game plan helped them open with a... And that'll...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Gordon out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Austin Rivers. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Rivers kicks to Jokic. Wide open look. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Jokic has got 6. Clippers leading by 7. George looking over the floor. Shoots the 3. Good on the three-point shot.
You have got to be aware of Paul George. He is a knockdown shooter from deep.
Rivers passes to Jokic. To the inside. Kicks to Porter. Back to Jokic. Porter passes to Jokic. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. He's got 8.
And just paying attention to the details, it makes great reads offensively. Jokic is so comfortable with the catch and shoot.
13 feet away. Gets a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback. Morris has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's Jokic. Gordon trying to break loose. Jokic, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. And then George with the jam.
There are nights where it's impossible to stop Paul George. He is such a strong guy who knows how to convert through these plays.
For the Nuggets, JaVale McGee comes in for Jokic, and Paul Millsap subbed in for Austin Rivers. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Jackson looking it over. This one for three. You can't get that one to fall. And Denver the other way now. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And the Clippers making a switch here. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubats. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. The shot's good from McGee. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Now here's Beverley. Tight defense on him. He kicks it to Cousins. There's the pass to Kennard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 13.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Green finds McGee. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Shaquille Harrison. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Patrick Beverley is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Morris is checked in. Both free throws good from Beverley. The Nuggets trail by 12. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Morris dishes to Rivers. Passes it to Millsap. He feeds it to Green. And the rejection by Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins proving you don't have to be a high flyer to block shots. That's about positioning and timing.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. This is his first free throw of the game.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Clippers on top. They're up by 10. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Morris. Batum is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard position. And Jokic gets it to go.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And like the physicality he brings to the floor. Outstanding at drawing fouls while shooting.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for JaMychal Green. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Zubats is checked in. Gordon against Leonard. Jokic passes to Millsap. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
I mean, shades of Vlade Divac there. Jokic is one of the best passing bigs playing in the game today.
Outside Rondo. Pass to Kennard. No good. Shot missing. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Now Rivers. Back to Millsap. Comes up empty down low. It's 2-on-1. Jumps up, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. To the paint. Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Sometimes he seems to be indestructible with the finishes he can make. Jokic is a force down low.
Now here's Rondo. Defense is right there. Batum, good.
Well, what a job punching the ball to the interior and finishing in the paint. Nice.
Campazzo, he's covered by Rondo, and it's good for two. Clippers with the ball. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Zubac. Over Jokic, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The free throw drops for Zubac. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And the Clippers with a change here, too. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. The dish to Gordon. And the pass to Jokic, stolen by Zubac. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Gordon finds Porter. That shot off. Great D that time from Batum. From deep, George. A three-pointer is right on target.
And this is a shot Paul George makes consistently, right? When he's in rhythm, he's ready to fire off the bounce.
To the inside, stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. Porter with a block. Rivers passes to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. The Nuggets with another miss. Clippers leading by 13. From deep, George. It's hauled in by Jokic. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dishes to Gordon. Passes it to Jokic. Just 5 to shoot. Left side, Gordon. They get it back. Jokic kicks to Gordon. And the rejection by Zubac.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Clippers.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Rivers against George. Here's Gordon. That doesn't go either for Gordon. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight.